Hi everyone, I'm Ved Avte. So, how are you today? This is my second video on YouTube. So, let's start. First video is about the roadmap in AI/ML engineering. So, today we're going to talk about NumPy and Pandas related coding. So, let's start it. So, as we imported here, NumPy as NP and Pandas as a PD. So, this is the way we create np.array to create array in with using NumPy. So I'm going to tell you it is really quickly how we use it and how it works quickly because eventually you're not going to remember everything. You can't revise it. You when you use it repeatedly, then you remember everything. But that's why I'm just telling you quickly so you can understand when we going in the future when we use this type of statement in our coding like np.array, then you will realize it is actually we used it and it's used for creating an array. So let's make it quick. So it is for a creation of array np.array. We provided a list inside it 1 2 3 4 5. Array 1 is created. So result is here as you can see. Its type is np numpy dot nd array. So like that we can reshape it also. Reshape means we actually created it one dimensional array. Actually, when we create a list array of the list, it is doesn't have any dimension as you can see here. But when we reshape it, it has a dimension. It is a one-dimensional array. So it is 5, comma 1. It is also yeah, here you can also see shape shows us the dimension. So it is two-dimensional and we have 5 uh, elements inside it. It is actually like how many rows and how many columns. Row, column. First comes always row and then comes column. So this is row and these are columns like this structure. Okay. NP arrange. Arrange means it is like a range function as we use in a Python like 0 to 10. It gives us a number and 2 means in a difference of 2. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are in between difference of 2. So it is how we create array using arrange. It is printing ones, zeros and I is basically we create this dimensional array with only ones. You can see here. It means three rows and two columns. Three rows and two columns. Like that, zeros with three rows and two columns. Also, we have identity matrix. If you don't know, diagonal elements are 1 and other elements are 0, as we can see here. So it is not three dimensional, it is 3 into 3, three rows, three columns. Same as you can see here, we can see shape, number of dimensional, size, uh, data types. What kind of data type it uses? Its answer is int 64. It could be int 32, but it is int 64. You can see here as a output. Item size is 8. It is in bytes. Okay. uh, when you use NumPy arrays, you when you add them or any kind of operation you do, does by that, every matching elements get perform uh, uh, engage in that operation like 10 plus 1 11. It is how that works. Array 1 plus array 2, so it's going to add like this. Also like this, it's going to perform subtraction, multiplication and division. So it is okay, these are universal functions. Square root, exponential, sine means uh, sine function. As you know, in logarithmic table we can see them: sine, cosine, log 10, log of 2, and I don't know what it is mean, but it giving some kind of log. So something indexing and slicing. Okay, in indexing slicing here we only using a index. It is not a slicing. Slicing involves this colon. So we are slicing it, and you can see a output as we have this matrice. So if we want only this part, 7, 8, 11, 12, so by slicing we can achieve it in NumPy, not in a list, but in NumPy. Also, we can achieve this also by only having first two rows, and then in that two rows receiving only after two elements. You understood, I think. Like first we only using rows. Like first we initialize, we only using these rows. After that we initialize, we going to use items from columns after 2 means this. These are actually the result of out of it. Like you can see 3 4 7 8 3 4 7 8. It is easy like that. Okay. As you can see 1 2 3. So it means 1 0 1 2 3 distance. It is not a index. It is mean by distance, or you can say as a length. Length is work like that. 6 to 7, 10 to 11. 6, 7, 10, 11. Okay. It is also modifying array. You can modify it by, indexing, or you can slice it and uh, update it with a providing a number, and it will update. Like you can see, we updated this area by slicing and this area by indexing. Statistical and normalization. Normalization actually involve when we have some data where somebody's age is 110, so it is not good for our machine learning model. So we have to normalize it. We have to normalize a certain number. So every time we can't delete those kind of data, we have to use it, but we have to normalize it. So what we do, if there is a range of that age is between 0 to 100, so we minimize it between -1 to 1. So it gets easy. It's called feature engineering. So it is just a basic performance of normalization by standard deviation and mean. This is the formula for it. Data minus mean and divided by standard deviation. So it is actually a standard deviation. It is not, it every time doesn't mean it has to be in a range of -1 to 1. But you can see it is in a certain range. It is not greater than 2 also. So it is known as a normalization. So it is mean, median, standard deviation, and variance formulas. You can see here. It is really easy if you on NP and perform control space. It shows you all the things. As I can show you here, NP dot mean. So it will show you a mean. If you type a median, it will show you a median. So it is not about remember everything. You can just understand what kind of things do what, and you can use it after in the future when we going to code about it. Okay. Okay. And NumPy is actually big. You can practice it, but I'm just giving you the overview. You can understand this properly by practicing by yourself. Take the reference, and my video is going to be really quick, so it will be helpful to do practice with these videos. I'm covering actually two really big models in one video. It is not that great, but we're going to eventually use these as a practice in our machine learning project. So what we need, so we're going to just extract what we need and going forward. Okay. In Pandas, Panda is used for data frames and visualization of data from the files or from the data. We create series and data frames. So these are like index and like a dictionary, but in a certain different way But a data frame is not like a dictionary, it is like a tables. Uh, Here is a data 1 to 10. We created a series, so it has a index and it has a data. This is series. Okay, simple. We created by a pd.series and giving a data. It is simple. And here we are creating a different way of series where indexes are created automatically, but we giving a dictionary, then it uses keys as a index and values as a data. So you as can see, indexes are ABC and data is 1 to 3. So it is also like that. You can see index is equal to index. This this is also the way to initialize it, and this is the another way to initialize it. Here we going to use data frames. We created a name, age, and city keys, and values are the arrays of the names, arrays of the age, arrays of the city. Okay, data frames create manage itself how the data is we have. Here, as you can see, here we have dictionary, and inside the dictionary we have list. But here we have list, and inside a list we have dictionaries. So it is also the same data, and it is also the same data. So data frame automatically manages how he has to spread the data. So here how we use data frames to create a data frames and create these data frames and store in a DF. Okay, it is simple. It also used what is this? Okay, it is not a big deal. It is how we read files. It is pd.read CSV and provide a path of the CSV file, which is here, as you can see. Okay, and it is not only the file access we have a lot of things like CSV, Excel, and we have also text, I think, HTML also, JSON also. JSON I used. Pickle is also important. SAS I don't know. SQL is also important. And text I think high. XML is also important. So these are also useful when you use in a future. I'm just helping you. I'm actually not great at these things. I just started. I'm just trying to learn and share my experience with you. So it is basic. Like I don't know you know that, but lock and iLock actually works same when it performs on series. Like when you use this type of thing, it actually acts as series. So I know it is data frame, but when you use it like a dictionary, it acts like data frame. You can see it is series, not a data frame. When you use like this, it is series. But when you use like this, it becomes data frame. It becomes data frame. Can you see the difference? So it is also important. I'm just showing you what is important here. So when you use lock on a series, it actually doesn't give any difference. It acts same as you can see. It is also giving joy. It is also giving joy. But in if you perform it on direct DF, so you have in at you have to specify the key or the table name, or in I at you have to specify the index. So it is a main difference between I at I lock and I lock and lock also. I just performed here because it has a option to do that. Drop, if you heard drop means like a delete. Default of drop salary. So we going to drop salary here. We actually added here salary like this. So we're going to drop here. But to drop it permanently, we have to give this argument as in place is equal to true. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's not going to delete it permanently. It's going to show under this. So we also can manipulate age plus is equal to 1 directly using you know, you can call it accessing it using a key, but it is, you know, that it is name, it is a column name. It gives us a description. It is actually really, really valuable information provider when you have to need some means how 25% of its value, how 50% is its value, how what is its mean. So to understand all the things about your data, you can use the describe function on it. So it is the thing I did in a practice one. So this is also a part of pandas. So actual pandas is works from here. Description, head, tail. Head means gives the first five entries. Tail means gives the last five entries. Is null checks it there is anything null. Any in axis one. Axis one means in a row way, in a row way. If you give the 0, it checks by column names. And if you give the x is equal to 1, then it checks by rows. You have to understand. X is 1 means by column. No, it is by row. And when x is 0, then it about column. Okay? X is 0, column. X is 1, rows. Is NA and is null are actually same. I don't know what is the difference between them, but it is actually same. So is null dot sum it is going to be going to show you how much values are null. So in value there are three and in cells there are four. Like that we're going to filter fill in means we have to filter the data and we have to fill first the null values and check is actually okay with that value. Our data is actually okay with that value. So we filling with a zero. Actually, it is not the way we fill. We fill with a median or mean or minimum value or higher value. It depends on the data. So we will practice it in a later videos. Just a quick review for you. Sales, it is also like that. As I told you, we're giving a mean of sales and converting it into int and filling NA from from our cells. For cells have a 4 NA as you can see here. So we filled all NAs and stored it in a cells filtered. So cells filtered doesn't have any null, but cells have null. Here is a null, but it has a value as a mean. Okay. This is rename. You can rename like this. You can give a columns in a dictionary way, like key as a real name and rename name as a value. So it renames the columns. Uh, the way for as as type, we're going to convert it as a type. So we use as type function. If there are float and we want to convert it into int, so we're going to use uh, key column as a key and dot as type int. So it's going to convert float into int. But the condition is it doesn't have has to be null values inside it. So cells fill NA doesn't have any null values. That's why it will work. Okay. It is also works like that, but the new thing is apply. So it is the same thing as we filling mean in a fill NA in values and as a type int and applying one function. Apply actually work for applying certain functions we can use for data analytics. It is a lambda function to uh, convert the values uh, into two. If there is a two value, so it's going to come inside x here and 2 into 2 going to be a 4. Like you can see here, 28 became 56, 39 become 78. Okay, that's it. It is int, it is float. This this is how we're going to use it in the future. It is actually really helpful. You can practice it. It is really helpful. Here we're using a group by df.group by. product. So there are products. We grouping by product based on value, value dot mean. So you can see product one has some values. Okay, there are not only one product. There are product one are lot of them, but their values differ in region wise. So we having calculating the mean of those values. So it is 46. So it is really important, and we going to use it group by lot of times. It is also based on region, as we can see. It is here. So in East, the average average value is 42. How that's how it's going to helpful. We can directly identify what is the average value in certain area or certain region. This is grouped two by two keys. We're going to group by it by product and also region. As you can see here data. So we have actually sum, not a mean. So we actually calculated how much sales we had in region East on product 1. You can see it's going to be a helpful thing. So practice this also. It is aggregate. Aggregate actually function which provides multiple aggregate functions to group by. Like we're going to directly provide these three functions to group by, and we can see the result here. Directly three result we have here. So this is how it is helpful, and we're going to use it lot of times. So you can practice it. This is a joint. Joint means data in database, inner joint, outer joint, left joint, or right joint. This is how it is. So we have ABC, ABD in two different data frames. But when we create a outer join, it creates table like this. It's going to be really helpful. It is also used by SQL queries, as you if you know, I think you know that if you watching this AML related video. So this is the outer join. There are a lot of them. There is also inner join. This is inner join. They giving priority to both of them and don't um engaging the null values. Like if there is no relation, they're not engaging anything. But in outer point, they doesn't care about anything, not even a relation. They just trying to build a relation. If there is no relation, even after that, they just providing a null values. These are null values. Even not a relation, they're providing null values. If there is a left, they're going to ignore a right side and focus on only left side. They're not going to uh, have any values without relation in left side, but right side is okay for them. They're giving a null value in the right side without even any considering any relation. It is also like that in opposite way for right. As you can see ABD. They're not focusing on left side relation, but they're focusing on right side relation. Okay. That's it. We're going to use only this part of pandas and numpy. In next video, I will tell you like this quick way about Seaborn plus Matplotlib. It's going to be tomorrow. I'm trying to do these videos daily, and if the videos are not that great, it's okay. It's on you to watch or not. But I think I will eventually improve my style of explaining uh, through these videos. It is actually to help myself to build a conversation skills and also uh, understanding of the things. If I teach you, I can understand it more better and sharing my knowledge. It is actually uh, taught me in my college through my course CSE AML. So I know a lot of things as a basic, but not so deeply. So I will tell you eventually how to use it. Okay, I will share the file in a drive link under my description. You can check it out. And thank you for watching. If you watch my first video and came here to visit how I do this video, so comment me how this video uh, gone for you. I think there are a lot of funny things. I actually stuck a lot of times. I'm not that great in English, so you can comment it. It is not like I get offended by bad comments. You can do comments. I think there is setting issues where I don't know how to enable comments, but this time I will try. So thank you. This is my second video. I will meet you tomorrow. Bye.